Hello all, welcome back. We are going to be doing lesson 8, example 2. We're going to start at example 2. It is in the same packet as lesson 7. If you've not done lesson 7 yet, I would highly recommend you doing it. Okay, so now this says find the equation. The initial lesson 7 was you were given the equation. Now we have to find the equation given the center and other components of the ellipse or hyperbola or parabola, whatever question we're doing. Here we're working with an ellipse, right? So it says find an equation of an ellipse with the center at 2, -1. I'm going to start graphing it because it gives me a better idea of what I'm looking for. So 2, 1, 2, -1. This is my point, right? And the vertex is at 2, 2. So I'm going up. 2, 2 is here. So from the center I went up means what? It is a vertical ellipse, right? So what is this distance? If I was to ask you, what is this distance? This is your A, right? Which is 3. So isn't my other vertex going to be 3 units away from the center? So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to use the same command, 2, 3. So that is where these are my two vertices, vertex 1, vertex 2. So I already know my A is what? 3. Right, so a square would be what? 9. Very good. Okay, so now it's a vertical. So let's write down the equation of the vertical ellipse. It is x minus h square plus y minus k. It's an ellipse, and this would be over. If it's a vertical, the a square goes under what? The y. So I already know my A. I know my H and K, which is the center, which is given to you. And it also says minor axis. Your minor axis is what? What did we use for minor axis? It was 2B. So your 2B is equal to 2. Therefore, your B will be equal to 1. Your B square is also 1 square is just 1. Right? So if you were to graph it from the center, you're going to go left 1, right 1. And now let's use the red marker. And with your free hand, try to sketch your ellipse. So that's what our ellipse is. And now I already graphed it, right? I don't even need to find the foci. You can find it if you want to. But since the question's not asking it, we're not going to do it. Let's write down the equation. So our equation is x minus, what is it? 2. This is your h and k. So let's move this here. H and k. So x minus 2 square plus y minus -1 is what? Plus 1 square. Be very careful. It's a vertical, so your a square would go under 9 and this would be just 1 is equal to 1. So this was your equation of your ellipse. This is what we were looking for, right? So let's move down. Pause the video, try this question on your own, and then we'll compare the answers. Okay, welcome back. Write the equation of the ellipse with the foci 0, 0, 4, 0 and the major axis of length 8. Now, it is giving me the foci. What do you know about the center? To write an equation, we need 3 things, right? We need our center. Let's write that down of an ellipse. We just did a question, a square and b square. These are the 3 things we need. So I don't know my center, but what do I know? My center is what? My foci are equidistant from the center. So wouldn't my center go right in between? Right? So, and moreover, let's see. So let's do this. 0, 0. 0, 0 is one foci, and the other one is 4, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? What is in between that? Either you can use the midpoint formula, or what is between 0 and 4? 0, 2, right? Or 2, 0. Actually, I'm just going to use a different marker. So that is what your center is. So your center is 2, 0. And since it is what? On the horizontal axis, so it is a horizontal ellipse, right? So I'm going to write down the standard form. I want you to write these things because we can make those silly mistakes and your whole work will, especially if it's a multiple choice questions, it hinders your progress, right? So it would be what? X minus h square over, since it's horizontal, a square plus y minus k square over b square equals 1, right? We already know our h and k. We just found it to be 2 zeros. So h comma k is this. Right, now we want to find our a square and b square. So what do? How do we find it? It says the major axis of length 8 means the major axis is length 8. So it's 2. It has to be from the center. It has to be 8. Total of 8, right? 4 in either direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that gives me my vertices. Does that make sense? Right? So what are my vertices? My vertices are negative 2, 0 and 6, 0. Okay, so this is a horizontal, and we got that the major axis, remember, major axis, what letter do we use? We use 2a. So 2a is 8. So 2a is equal to 8. So a will be 4. That's why I went 4 in either direction. So you know your vertices. All you need to do is, you already know your a. We want to find our b. How do we find our b? We know our foci. We know everything. Let's find our b. So we know c square is equal to a square minus b square. So let's substitute in here. What's my c? C was this distance. This distance was c. What was that? 2. Very good. So 2 square equals, a square was what? What did we say? A square was, a was 4, so a square would be 16 minus b square. So if you solve for b, what do you get? B is equal to square root of 12, right? So now we already, or b square, we don't really need to solve for b. We need our b square. So b square is 12. So we need these things. We need this, and we just have our equation. We have our b square, we have our a square, we have our h and k, and we are good to go to write our equation. So let's write our equation. X minus 2 square over a square was what? 16, plus y minus 0. Either you can choose to write y minus 0 square over b square was 12 equals 1, or you must write it more sophisticated, which would be x minus 2 square over 16 plus y square over 12 equals 1. And that's your equation, right? I hope you are understanding this. Again, I would say pause the video and try the next question, even though it is not an ellipse, but please try that question. So let's move on. Okay, so let me just slide down a little. Oh, my bad. That's good. Okay, so the next question says, write the equation of the parabola with the vertex 0, 0, 0, 4 and the directrix y equals 2. I just want to move this paper over so that, yep, that's better. So again, as always, if your points are given, and with the directrix questions, I have always said graph them, otherwise it gets very, very confusing. So the vertex is 0, 4. So 0, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's your vertex, right? And directrix is y equals 2. Remember, these are horizontal line. Y equals 2. Y equals is a horizontal line. That is y equals 2, right? So your parabola is definitely going to be open what? Up. If it's open up, you know the equation is going to be what? Your x squared. So we're going to write that equation. X minus h square equals 4p y minus k. I need to write the equation, right? What do I need? I need my h and k, and I need my p to write the equation. I already know my h and k. This is my h and this is my k. I need my p. How do I find my p? P is what? The focal distance, which is what? 2 here. So all you need to do is substitute. This was pretty simple, right? So x minus 0 square equals 4 times 2 y minus 4. So it's what? X square equals 8y. And that is my equation. Oh, 8y minus 4. My bad. It is 8y minus 4. Totally forgot that. Yep, that's your equation. So we're good to go. Again, pause the video, try number 3 on your own, and we'll take it from there. Example number 3. Write the equations of the hyperbola with vertices at 4, 1 and 4, 9. We're gonna start with sketching it. 4, 1 and 4, 9. So where is 4, 1? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That is my point. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's my point 4, 1. And 4, 9. You're gonna go just 4. You're on the 4 and you have to go 9 above. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So those are your vertices. So if your vertices are up and down, what do you know? It is a vertical. Yes, it's a vertical hyperbola. We are writing equations. So what is the equation of a vertical hyperbola? Let's write that down. It is y minus k square. I just want to erase this and rewrite in a different color. It will be y minus k square over a square minus x minus h square over b square. That is your equation of a vertical hyperbola. Now the vertices are given. What do you know? Where would be the center? The center would be in between these two. So let's do this. So if the center is in between these two, where would the center be? Either you can graph it and literally count the boxes and figure it out, or what is between 1 and 9? It would be 4 comma 5, right? So your center is 4 comma 5. So let's write that down. Your h comma k is 4 comma 5. We already figured out our h and k. Now I need to figure out my, let's plot that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right in the middle. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3. Oh, I graphed something wrong. I just need to. This was 4, 9. My bad. I said that it's very touch sensitive. So that was 4, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That 9 was here. I accidentally placed it there. That's it. So yep. So that is what it is. What is this distance? And the foci is at 4, 0. And the foci is at 4, 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 0. That is this. I'm just going to use a different marker. And that's your foci, right? So I already know this distance is what? A. Very good. So what is my A? My A is equal to 4. So A squared would be what? 16. What do I know about C? This distance is C. This is your vertex 1 and this is focus 1. Vertex 2, so your focus 2 be what? Be 1 out here, focus 2. So your C you know is what? C is 5, right? So C square would be 25. Use your formula. C square equals A square plus B square. So what do I get? 25. Substitute. We're gonna, why are we doing this? We want to find B, right? We knew our A and C. a square was, what did I say, square was 16 plus b square. So we just need b square, so b square is equal to 9, right? So now we have our b square, we have our a square, and we have our h and k. So can we write the equation? Let's write down the equation. So it's what? y minus, what's my k? 5 square over 16 minus x minus, what's my h? My h is 4, right, over, and my b square is 9 equals 1. And that is my equation of the hyperbola. See if you can do, number 4 is a little challenging, so I'm not sure about it if you can try and do it, but finish the homework and don't forget to upload them onto the Canvas website. You